Or aren't you? No point in me getting my leg out if no one's going to look at it.
Why don't you put it on?
Oh, terrific. Fighting your way all through Burma. No one's even bothered to look at your leg.
I'm in. Hi, sweetie, I'm back. It's almost like being in love. What kind of morning have you had? Mine's been mixed. I called at my agent's. He thinks there may be something next week. That's the good news. The bad news is... maybe I shouldn't talk to you when you're being clairvoyant.
Talk to me.
Are you sure, honey? I mean, there's no rush. Why don't you just stay in that cozy trance for a while? I could fix some lunch.
Lily, talk to me. Tell me what you've done.
There's just a scrape or two on the car. Otherwise, it's fine.
Don't tell me what you've done.
I think that's better. You'd only get depressed.
Lily, what have you done?
Arnold Bristow. Make up your mind.
Lily, the car? How did it happen?
It was kind of struck a glancing blow by this policeman. He's okay. He's going to be fine. Maybe I should get you a drink or something.
Lily!
It wasn't a big fight. It was hardly a fight at all. Well, okay, it was a fight. People get emotional. Sometimes they fight.
Why did you get emotional?
I didn't get emotional. I was cool, ladylike.
Well, if you're fighting policemen, you've no business to be cool and ladylike.
Arnold Bristow, bite your tongue. Do I look to you the kind of socially maladroit person who goes around creaming policemen?
I never thought so.
I should hope so. My friend was creaming the policeman.
What are you doing, making friends with guys who go around thumping policemen?
I don't think it's nice you should think I make friends with other men.
Especially when they go around roughing up policemen.
If you'd care to know all the attendant features of this episode...
I would, I really would.
The person was not of the male sex at all, but of the opposite persuasion.
A policewoman? The guy you were with was beating up a policewoman?
She was not a guy. She was my lady acquaintance. The policeman was a guy. The person beating up on the policeman was my lady acquaintance.
Some lady.
I told you, she was emotional. She's finding life can be a real no-no.
I'm not surprised if she goes around thumping up policemen.
Mother of three. She'd just been evicted in the street.
Where?
I guess it was the street where she lived. I don't think they let you pick the street.
Gets on your wick, and on your boobs, and on your backside.
You shouldn't encourage him.
Watch your mouth.
I hate all that noise. I find him brash, pushy, and ultimately shallow.
Oh, I'm sorry, Newton, if he woke you up. Woke me up, too.
I don't know why you should think I was asleep.
Because you're always asleep.
Would you like to say that louder?
You're always asleep.
Keep your voice down. Is it absolutely necessary to let the management overhear that wild accusation?
Wild? Ever since you married that teenage Dolly Parton, you've been asleep.
Sharon is not teenaged. Sharon is a mature young woman.
Round the upper torso, she is a mature young woman.
I don't think I want to discuss my wife with my ex-wife.
I don't understand you, Newton. You divorced me in midlife to run away with that... I never even knew you liked country and western.
What do you mean, midlife? I don't think I'm in midlife. I'm sort of advanced youth.
What's the word from my senior partner?
That Bernie Smales.
Hello, Newton's on his feet. What's up? Did he wake you up?
I could never relate socially to a guy whose hand is always on his hooter.
That's good. Now all we've got to do is stop you relating to policeman bashers.
Is that him? Is that my Mr. Smales? It is, isn't it? Oh, I'd know that hooter anywhere. It's such a macho, self-employed sort of hooter. Oh, God, he must have seen me like this. Look, tell him I'll be ready in a minute, yeah? Make it 10.
Why were you carrying a policeman?
Oh, Arnold, you couldn't leave him lying in the road.
I'd have been here sooner. Tell him I'd have been here sooner, but I was down the pit. I don't care what they say about equal opportunities, but it's not easy for a girl to scramble out of a pit when she's wearing steel boots.
Why was he lying in the road?
He was kind of rubbing his affected parts. Leave us not go into further detail relative to which affected parts.
He'd been in collision with something.
I told you already. Mother of 3 evicted in the street.
I'm not complaining. He loves me in steel boots. First thing he bought me when he brought me here and installed me in my love nest. Steel boots. For Dawn, it said, to keep her little tooties free from harm. That was thoughtful. I think that was thoughtful, don't you? He's gone, hasn't he?
Well, at least it sounds like he bought us some pretty solid, good, hard-wearing steel boots.
She's still putting cheese in me sandwiches. I think it's her brother. He's behind it. We've seen quite a lot of him since his wife died. He's never liked me. He's always felt acutely jealous on account of me having killed so many Japanese. I'd have looked a right twit, though, trying to get excused killing Japanese on the grounds that my wife's brother wouldn't have liked it. I kept telling him, Mervyn, there is no need to feel inadequate because you never killed any Japanese. Well, it makes no difference. Every time I lift the lid, cheese sandwiches.
You left an envelope. Where is it?
Well, I had it in my mouth. I don't know where I put it.
As long as you didn't put it in that mouth. Put it in there, we'd never find it. Now, are you sure that policeman's okay?
What I always do when I lose something is I try to concentrate really hard on every move I made, and usually I can never find it anyway.
Lily.
Everything's fine. Once he got his breath back, he was really a very sympathetic policeman.
Oh, it's in me bucket.
Well, let's see it.
Dawn, it's for you. A note for you from Bernie Smales.
For me? From Mr. Smales?
Has he signed it? You wouldn't believe the trick it is to get him to sign anything.
He left a note. For me.
If ever you want a cheese sandwich...
From him. For me. Sure you got the right address?
Relax, honey. He's just a guy.
I know.
Pretty cheesy sort of guy.
I like cheese. I've always liked cheese.
Well, the note's from Vernie. I know his writing. He knows mine, too. I caught him practicing my signature.
In his own handwriting, yeah? Not even typed.
Well, give it to her.
Got a bit wet.
Oh.
Well, go on, read it.
I daren't. Well, suppose it's bad news.
Well, you'll never find out if you don't read it.
Hey, maybe it's a complaint. What if he doesn't like my work? Yeah, suppose he thinks I'm careless with people's engines.
You're not careless with people's engines. For someone he found working as a traffic warden. Come on, Don. The only thing you ever handled on a car was a wiper. I think you turned out terrific with people's engines.
I wouldn't say terrific. She can handle the elementary stuff.
Help her out, sweetie.
Me?
You're clairvoyant. You can tell her whether or not it's bad news.
Can he do that?
Sure he can do that.
Well, you must understand, I can't always do it, not every time, not spot on. I mean, even the best of us have a certain margin of error.
He can't do it. I know he can't do it.
He can, too. Show him, sweetie.
You just want to know whether it's bad news?
Right.
No details, just whether it's bad news.
Get on with it.
Do you mind? What kind of person goes around rushing a person when they're of a paranormal psychic nature?
It's bad news.
Yeah, well, I can't guarantee anything, not when the paper's wet. If it was dry, maybe I could guarantee something.
I knew it.
I believe in you. I bet you can do really wet things, too.
Oh! I can't bear to watch.
I don't see why not. Nothing's happening.
These things take time. You think all he has to do is dial directory inquiries?
I knew it was bad news. He's just not telling me. He's trying to be kind.
It's not bad news.
Oh, great. I knew he could do it.
Well, let's see if he's right.
I just got this impression. I heard this voice saying it's not bad news.
Oh, that's uncanny, sweetie.
Trouble was, there was another voice saying it is bad news.
Oh, I daren't read it. You read it for me. Well, you can read his writing.
Dawn.
That's it, not Dear Dawn, just Dawn.
That's what it says here.
Oh, God, I'm just Dawn.
That Fernie Smales.
Don't take it to heart. Maybe he forgot. People forget things all the time. I know I forget things all the time.
Like what?
I forget.
See, he could have been in a hurry. Big, executive hurry. Even under all that pressure, he still finds time to scribble a note to his Dawn. Oh, read it.
Dawn, code 2, come to house at 2 p.m. Yours, Vernie.
A love letter. My first love letter. I'm gonna press it and keep it. I'm gonna dry it, press it and keep it.
That's a love letter, Don. Code 2, come to the house at 2 p.m.
It's short, punchy, and not too sentimental. Yours, Vernie. Can you read that bit again? You know, yours, Vernie.
What's code 2 mean?
Oh, that means his wife's away.
What's code 1?
Oh, that means his wife's away and bring your own refreshments.
That's Bernie Smales.
Cheapskate.
Oh, no, he explained all that. He'd like to feed me. It's just that, well, being a company director, he has to watch his overheads.
He's so low he ought to watch his underheads.
I know not many people like him.
Name one.
Well, he knows it too. You think he's insensitive.
More insufferable, I'd say.
But he lies awake at nights, wondering why people don't like him.
You mean he doesn't know?
At least that's what he did the night I spent with him. I thought we were going to make love or something, but no. We just lay awake all night, wondering why people didn't like him.
Didn't you tell him? It's because he's a pushy, arrogant, mean little crook.
No, that's not fair. He's not so little. Where's his lips? He's nearly as tall as me. Oh, God, what am I going to wear?
For Vernie Smales, a suit of armour would be nice.
Yeah, to me is a knight.
Shortest night of the year.
In shining armour. Well, maybe not shining.
Dawn, just because you love a person... Just because you love a person, you have to ask yourself, am I being wise if I blind myself to such personal factors like the guy's a total creep?
What does a girl wear if she wants to impress a total creep?
We'll find you something.
I'm standing here with me nozzle in my hands.
You can put it away. There's enough in the tank. She's only going as far as Vernie Smales' place.
Does she know what she's doing? Lovely young thing like her going to Vernie Smales' place.
Well, look at it this way. At least this afternoon we'll know where he is. Is she ready?
She's ready.
Boy, is she ready.
Is she going to be warm enough?
Oh, Arnold, how far is a girl gonna get being warm enough? Okay, now remember, you play hard to get. Keep him guessing. Keep him at a distance.
Well, how long? I mean, 1 minute, 2 minutes?
Try.
Play it cool.
In that outfit, she's going to be cool.
Be aloof.
I'm not sure I can do a loof.
Oh, of course you can be aloof.
Keep him at arm's length.
She's only got short arms.
Be formal, reserved, unyielding.
How long unyielding?
Oh, for at least about 10 minutes.
A whole 10 minutes? Oh, I'll never do it.
You can do it.
Of course you can do it.
I'm not sure I can do much of anything trussed up like this.
He gets fresh. I find there's little a girl can do except remember what her mama taught her and take a whack at his pubes.
Good luck, you sweet thing.
Try and find out if he's still practicing my signature.
In the hands of that monster.
He's a midget.
That monster midget.
Never mind about Dawn. I want to hear the end of this policeman's story. Lily, you're not out on bail. Tell me you're not out on bail.
Arnold Bristow, I'm not out on bail. I may have to appear as a witness, the guy said.
What guy?
I think he said he was a bear lift.
A bear lift? As in grizzly?
That's what he said. Although I didn't see any.
Bears he was supposed to be lifting?
Right. I guess maybe it's something he does in a circus.
It's better than doing it on the street.
It has to be. There's going to be all kinds of problems. You start lifting bears in the street.
Right, you are, Lily. He couldn't have been a bailiff.
He could have been. I guess if he can lift bears, he can be almost anything.
A bailiff is someone who evicts people into the street.
So that's what he was. How do you like that sneaky no good? I saw him lying there bleeding. I thought he was an innocent victim or something.
How badly was he bleeding?
It was just a little head wound.
Little head or a little wound?
It was just a scratch. She had her teeth in his ear.
Mother of three?
She was defending her young.
They were there as well?
Only the youngest in his mother's arms. Oh, Arnold, it was heartbreaking.
Didn't do the ears much good either. How did you get involved?
I was driving past.
And you stopped. That was your first mistake, Lily. You must promise me you must stop stopping.
Oh, Arnold, a person has to help people.
Well, she has a policeman rubbing his affected parts, a bailiff bleeding in the road. How much help do you think she needs?
How do you like that guy turning out to be a bailiff? I bet he doesn't lift bears at all.
In future, Lily, whenever you see anything heartbreaking, I want you to behave like a normal, responsible human being and get the hell out of there fast.
Arnold, how could you drive past that kid in his mother's arms? His little head all purple.
A good rule of thumb, a general rough guideline to your life, Lily, is never get involved with a gutter full of derelicts. Especially when they're purple.
They were not derelicts. They were just people on whom Lady Luck had not recently smiled.
I bet you'd had a few giggles.
Lady Luck, I'm here to tell you, can really flush good times down the toilet when she has a mind. Anyway, it was only Dwayne who was purple.
Dwayne?
Her youngest. She named him after her favorite singer.
Ah, that Dwayne. If he was purple, I thought he'd named it after the Dwayne under the sink. The one with the S-bend and a twap in it.
I don't think that's entirely nice, Arnold.
You think it's nice to have something so contagious that they have to paint it purple? How close were you to Dwayne?
It wasn't love story. I was just a sympathetic passerby.
Did he touch you? Did you touch his mother?
Only to pull her off the policeman.
You could be infected.
Hey, the policeman? Oh, Arnold, they have to pass medicals and things.
By his mother. You can be infected by his mother.
By his mother? I'm going to get a mother infection?
If you touched her.
Just like that, I'm going to get pregnant? Oh, Arnold.
It takes no more than being in the same place. Believe me, I saw it during the war.
Starting a baby in wartime takes no more than being in the same place. Wow. I guess in wartime they had to learn to make do without a whole mess of things. You remember the war?
Well, of course, I was only at school. Hadley Road Secondary. It wasn't the paras, but we saw some terrible things. Oh. There were knit inspections. And there were these kids. You used to have to paint them purple.
Really? Purple?
Yes, I'm telling you, Lily. That was my war. Some people flew Spitfires. I had to sit with kids painted purple.
Was it for decorative purposes? I guess life could be pretty drab in a war.
They were infected. That's what the purple paint was for.
You think Dwayne was infected?
Now, let me concentrate, Lily. I want to foresee if you're infected.
Oh! I'm gonna turn purple! I don't think I have anything to wear that goes with purple. Am I infected? What can you see?
Spots.
Oh! How could Dwayne have spots? It was only his hair that was purple. What kind of hair gets spots?
His hair?
Dwayne dyes his hair.
Youngest of three in his mother's arms dyes his hair? What sort of mother would let her infant dye its hair?
He's going on 16.
If he's going on 16, what's he doing in his mother's arms?
I think he'd been drinking.
today with Dawn away?
I'm using the ramp. Who do you think is using the ramp? With Dawn away, that leaves me. Do you think I like using the ramp? I hate using the ramp. It's so greasy. You touch a button and... yuck.
Mechanics are supposed to get a little greasy.
Who says? What kind of prejudice is that?
You were greasy when you lived with me. Oh, we used to stain something horrible.
How did you get him out?
We had to boil.
The only time I've seen my Arnold really dirty was on the night he became clairvoyant.
Clairvoyancy makes you dirty.
The way he got it, it did. He was knocked down by a Volkswagen.
Oh, that night.
You should have seen him. He was so dirty, it must have been a really tacky Volkswagen.
Oh, it was. Especially underneath.
When I first saw him in intensive care, I thought, that's not my Arnold. My Arnold wouldn't be seen dead like that.
I thought I was a goner.
I thought you were an imposter. I thought that guy lying there with terminal grime pretending to be my Arnold. And then he spoke.
What'd he say?
He said, what happened? Have I been mugged? What the hell are they using these days?
I was confused.
Doesn't surprise me.
So I knew by the voice it was my Arnold.
The fact that he was confused should have given you a clue as well.
If anybody's confused round here, how about pathetic old men who marry teenage nymphos?
My wife is not a teenage nympho.
She will be when she's old enough.
She's not that young.
He leaves me for some juvenile Jezebel. Well, she's welcome.
Carmen, why can't we be civilized about this? I want us to remain friends.
When we were married, we weren't friends.
Doesn't our past life mean anything to you? Can't you find just a little spark of affection for me? I want you to be happy, Carmen. I need to know that you're relaxed and well-adjusted. In case I come back to you. Carmen, why do you keep hitting me with that bucket?
Because I can't find anything heavier.
Volkswagens are heavier.
Poor sweetie.
Oh, not to worry. I mean, if it hadn't been for the accident, perhaps I might never have learnt about my gift.
I don't believe in all that clairvoyant stuff.
Show him, sweetie. Why don't you see how Dawn's getting on her date with Bernie Smales?
Oh, can he do that?
Do you think I should pry into things like that?
Well, just take a peek. If she's busy, cough or something. Can you see her? He's gone. Maybe he's gone past. Arnold, if you're looking for Bernie Smales' house, you turn left at the light.
I'm getting this psychic vision. I can see Dawn. She's doing fine. He really wants her, he does. Bernie Smales really wants her.
You could make it, he said. I'm overdue for this 1,000-mile service.
Are you sure he's not Japanese?
When I was just a little girl, I asked my mother, what will I be? Will I be pretty? Will I be rich? Here's what she said to me. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future's not ours to see. Que sera, sera. Que sera, sera. My voice sound okay to you? Maybe Don should give me a service. Que sera, sera.